There are so many career paths our young producers can pursue in agriculture right now. The world of food production is changing and evolving, so it's a time of unique opportunity. Whether it's in science and technology, or entrepreneurship, or more traditional farming roles, there truly is something for everyone in the ag sector. And there are countless post-secondary programs to help launch those careers. Young women are welcomed into the industry, and we're seeing more and more female representation in agriculture. A really unique part of the ag sector is how open and giving mentors are to guide young people looking to get into the industry and grow their careers. And those relationships often remain strong for years ahead. On behalf of RBC, we're so proud to support women leading the way in agriculture.
I grew up on a grain farm at Edenwald, Saskatchewan, and I have a Bachelor of Science in Agribusiness from the University of Saskatchewan. But I certainly didn't graduate high school thinking I would work in ag. I just kind of fell right into it. After high school, I went to Williston State College in North Dakota, and I took agriculture economics while playing volleyball there. And I kind of just started realizing how people perceived agriculture and farmers, and they just didn't have the full story. So that's really where my passion for food and farming began to grow. And more than anything, I wanted people to understand how amazing agriculture is and the absolute dedication it takes to producing food. I took a position with the government of Saskatchewan as an agriculture awareness specialist, which was great for about a year and a half. And then I decided to pursue my love for farming, and I moved to St. Walburg, Saskatchewan, where I now farm with my fiance, Nick, and his family, and also have the very large fortune of working for Agriculture in the Classroom Canada, which is the national voice of agriculture education. And we believe in enhancing knowledge and appreciation of agriculture and food in Canada. We work with 10 amazing provincial members to empower students and educators with accurate, balanced, and current curriculum-linked programs, resources, and initiatives. So we call those our ABCs. And it's all focused on the agriculture and food industry. And we also incorporate several partners and just collaborative entities to be able to do everything that we do.
I grew up on a small beef farm, and I actually never wanted anything to do with agriculture. In my future at that point, I kind of wanted to get away from it. And I ended up getting a full paid scholarship to the Agricultural College in Bible Hill, which is what was kind of the deciding factor on where I was going to be going for post-secondary schooling. Once I got there, I met a lot of great friends that I still have today and kind of fell in love with the industry. So I did a 4-year degree there in agricultural business with a minor in animal science. And I guess I should mention I was in 4-H as well from age 7 to 21 and did a variety of life skills and livestock projects. So at the end of my degree, I was actually offered a job at Truro Agrimart in Onslow. And it's actually owned by my aunt and uncle, and they had someone in the office go for lunch that day, didn't come back. So she kind of called as a bit of a SOS, looking for me to just kind of come in, fill in. I was just graduating, the next week. So still doing a lot of interviews and stuff for job opportunities. I didn't have anything set in stone. So, but I did know that I wanted to be in the agriculture industry for sure. So I came in to help out my aunt in the office, and that was 7 years ago. So now I work, I do internal sales and logistics, as well as some communications and advertising with the Truro Agrimart based out of Onslow. So.
When we talk a little bit about mentoring, there's, sort of the formal and the informal. And I think it's been a blend of both. I look back and I think of those, both men and women, that have helped me along my journey, my career journey into agriculture. And again, it's really that community, that encouragement. There's always an opportunity to phone one of my contacts and ask and discuss ideas. And everybody's so excited to share, because that's, again, one of the things in agriculture, and I'm sure it's, in other industries as well, but we'll be biased because we're in agriculture. People help each other. That no one has a really big ego that gets in their way. They want everyone all the stakeholders to succeed, because that means agriculture succeeds. So yes, there has been some both formal and informal mentorship along the way. And I think it's very important. And part of the work that we do with Ag for Life is trying to mentor that next generation, so they have the same opportunity to meet and to network as they grow and move into their careers.
Through the 4-H program and being allowed the opportunity to involve at the national and the international level of 4-H, I certainly have a large number of informal mentors who, all through my 4-H career and my schooling, I was able to reach out to and work with, and continue to do so if I ever run into the situation where I need to connect with those people. And 4-H has certainly been the base for that. Absolutely.
So I signed up to do the UBC Farm Practicum for a summer to just dip my toes in it and see, is this something that I actually enjoy, or is this very romantic idea of what it would be like to farm? And it was through that I thought that was my goal in doing the practicum, and I got the answer. Obviously, I loved it. But the really big piece of doing the practicum was actually that I left that program with a huge community of so many mentors that were then available to me, that not only did I get to spend time with that summer, either whether they were on staff at the UBC Farm, or they were a faculty at UBC, or out in the community from some other program that we had met them, whether they were a beekeeper or somebody starting up a food company in Vancouver. I think that just being exposed to all of these people in that program, and then leaving that program and feeling like I could reach out to any of those people at any time, I think that really was kind of like a turning point. And then since then, I've definitely gained mentors as I've gone who have been very influential. But I think that was really just kind of seeing all these people who were really willing to share their passion, share their excitement, share resources in a fairly non-competitive and really open way. I think that was really pivotal that summer.
Ooh, exciting times. Exciting times. There's so much opportunity for youth coming into the career, looking at careers. I imagine it's daunting too. There are so many careers today that didn't exist when maybe not you, but when I was in, the science and the technology and the innovation and the entrepreneurialism. There is something in agriculture for everyone. A lot of people think about agriculture as, primary production or the farmer out in the field. And that is absolutely one essential component, but there's so many opportunities. And I think for young youth that are considering a long-term career, look into agriculture. There is lots of opportunity. We need a lot of brain power. We've got a lot of people to feed in this world. So we certainly encourage you. And if we can help and lend a hand in a career exploration and journey, then we're here to do that.
The ag and food industry it's ever changing and growing, and we really need new people with diverse perspectives to join in shaping the future of food. And that doesn't mean that you even have to live on a farm or have grown up on a farm to work in agriculture. We want to make sure that message is loud and clear to youth. We definitely just want them to lean into all of the opportunities that are out there. So we really feel that it's about exposing students to the different opportunities that do exist. And so we do that through all the work that we're doing. But our advice to youth is really to just put themselves out there and ask a lot of questions, and find people in the ag and food industry to be able to understand what the diverse opportunities are out there, and that ultimately they are very much needed in this industry. Again, their backgrounds that are diverse, and their new skills that are being attained through kind of this whole concept around 21st century skill development in the school system is really big right now and super important.
I would say definitely just go for it. I find, and this is probably a personal take on it, but I've been fortunate to have never really considered myself to have ever experienced any negative pressure within the industry for being a female. So I feel, I guess I know there are certain situations that that would be the case. I've been lucky, but yeah, just be confident and go for it. Like there's really no reason that women can't be in agriculture in any role that men are. There's lots of examples, and that has evolved a lot over the years, as you said. And it's really, I just like to think, you know, I don't like to think of myself necessarily as a woman in agriculture. I am, but I just like to kind of put my head down, do what I want to do the work, and kind of the rest will speak for itself. So
I think my biggest advice would be to pursue it. I think there's a lot of value in having women in agriculture. And I know through historic studies that a lot of the times before there was a lot of segregation within gender and sexes, that women played just as big a role as men in the agricultural world as far as your hunters and gatherers and growing up through that foundation. And I think there's the opportunity to come back to that.